Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the playthrough. Sorry, of Oblivion Remaster. Previous episode was I wanted to just continue the main campaign, but then I got sidetracked with explaining or just rambling it out of my system of all the mod changes that I did. I have quite lightweight mods, but it's all about immersion. But that's all in the previous episodes. Then I decided to deactivate one mod, and in order not to have it baked into a save, I had to quit the game, so I ended the episode. But now we will be continuing. If you're curious about the mods, that's all in the previous episodes, and also about the leveling system. I was sharing my thoughts. But for now, let's skip that all and make some progress. So we are at Way Non Priory in Coral. We have to bring the amulet. I'm not going to fully follow the main campaign quest now, because then I think a lot of Oblivion gates pop up in the world, which is quite annoying. Because there, for one or two times, it's a fun gimmick. But if they pop up all the time, the underworld is certainly not as interesting as the just above Cyrodiil. So like the hellish Oblivion world. So I want to wait with that for later. But at least, we didn't have that many side quests anymore on the map. Except the Mages Guild, we have to get all the recommendations from local Mage Guild leaders in the 7 or 8 towns, and that is also what we can do in this episode. But because we are now also in the city of Coral, so we will do that Mage sub-quest. We already brought the amulets to the guy in the previous episode, and now I think he said we had to find somebody else. Let me quickly check that. Find the heir. Geoffrey told me that the Emperor has an illegitimate son named Martin, who is currently serving as a priest in the chapel of Akatosh in the city of Quatch. Geoffrey fears that the attack on Quatch was part of the enemy's plan to eliminate all the Septim heirs. I must return to Quatch at once, find Martin and bring him safely back to Way Non Priory. Yeah, so that's also, I already drove past Quatch, and there are indeed all kinds of Oblivion gates there. So I'm not going to continue the main quest now, but I still had to exhaust this guy's dialogue, just for the lore. So let's do that now, before we get to the Mage Guild sub-quest in Coral. So here we go.
Your first priority now should be to find Martin and bring him back here.
Alright, I also had a mod that removes the annoying button prompts from the dialogue. At the bottom it said like a gamer doesn't know after 3 times what button to press. It's so retarded. It's like press A to select, press B to go back. So that is gone now, so that's a little bit more immersive. But so let's see what he knows.
It will be safest here with me. When you return with Martin, we will figure out our next move.
Alright, so Martin is the main objective.
I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply traveling blades. Help yourself to whatever you need.
That's pretty nice. Is he actually going to open it?
Your first priority now should be to find... I don't have much here at hand, but you're welcome to anything you need from my chest in the reading room. Prior Maberel and Brother Piner may also be able to help. You should speak to them about it if you haven't already.
Who?
I don't have much here at hand, but you're welcome to anything you need from my chest in the reading room. Prior Maberel and Brother Piner may also be able to help. You should speak to them about it if you haven't already.
Prior Maberel and Brother...
I don't have much here at hand, but Prior Maberel and Brother Piner may also be able...
Prior Maberel and Brother Pinomil?
I don't have... Prior Maberel and Brother Piner may also be able to...
Maberel and Pinomil.
One of the youngest blades ever to serve in the Emperor's personal guard. I am glad to hear that he survived, but I fear he will take the Emperor's death particularly hard. One of the youngest. I am glad to. The coronation of each new emperor is sealed when he uses the Amulet of Kings to light the dragon fires in the Temple of the One. The dragon fires of Akatosh remain lit until the death of the emperor. His successor then lights them anew upon ascending to the throne. With Emperor Uriel dead and no successor crowned, the Temple of the One will be dark for the first time in centuries. The coronation of each new emperor is sealed when he uses the Amulet of Kings to light the dragon fire. With Emperor, the Elder Council rules in the Emperor's absence by ancient tradition. Chancellor Akato heads the Elder Council and is the closest thing the Empire has to a leader right now. But the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course. We are not an arm of the government.
Sorry, what? The Blades?
The Elder Chancellor Akato but the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course. We are not an arm of the government.
But the Blades aren't only to the Emperor, of course?
The Elder Chancellor but the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course. We are not an arm of the government.
But the Blades aren't here only to the Emperor, of course.
The Elder Chancellor but the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course. We are not an arm of the government.
Ah, but the Blades answer not only to the Emperor, of course.
The Elder Chancellor but the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course. We are not an arm of the government.
Ah, no. The Blades answer only to the Emperor. Alright, sorry. Sometimes I find it annoying if I cannot understand gibberish.
He is a priest in the chapel of Akatosh in Kvatch. He never knew that he was Uriel Septim's son. You need to find him at once and bring him safely back here.
Alright, or not gibberish, but foreign languages.
He is a you need to find the Daedra Prince of Destruction, an inveterate foe of all mortal races. He was involved with Jagar Tharn's plot against the Empire years ago. It doesn't surprise me to find his hand in the current calamity. The Daedra Prince of Destruction, an inveterate foe of all mortal races. He was involved with
an inveterate foe or fool or of all races. What is a foe of all races?
The Daedra Prince of Destruction, an inveterate foe of all mortal races. He was involved with Jagar.
Or maybe foe, like error, wrongness?
Yes, Boris told you right. I am the Grand Master of the Blades. We serve the Emperor and the Septim bloodline. Talos is our patron. You wonder to find me here? Discretion is our watchword. Only a few of us have the honor to serve publicly in the Imperial Guard. Yes, Boris told you right. You wonder.
Alright, so
stay
we
safe.
Know a little bit more of the lore. Let's see what he has. Oh man. Restore Magicka. I don't really need it. And I don't have to carry weight. Disbelief, resist Magicka. Fire shields. Iron boots. Ah, this is pretty fun because I was thinking about the leveling. That some items do not appear in game anymore once you get to a higher level. And because of I grinded alchemy that high, I went into quite a bit of detail on this in the previous episodes. I already leveled up quite a bit without seeing much of the game world. I'm already at level 20. That is purely because of me grinding for like 5 hours, making alchemy potions to get to 100. But my overall level is now also 20, which apparently is already quite high. But I'm happy that still sometimes these other items, lower tier items, do spawn. Because I'm missing out on content if it doesn't spawn anymore at higher levels. And honestly, I personally find iron stuff looks way better than what I currently have equipped. What I currently have equipped is Elven and it is enchanted, it's much better. But once I can enchant myself, I would prefer to just use an iron outfit. It looks much better than all that crazy clownish ornamental elven stuff. Here, leather, pretty nice. Yeah, I actually would like to have all these items already stored somewhere Maybe I'm gonna do that. We're gonna buy a house. I think in every town you can buy a house. So we're gonna buy a house and we're gonna store it. I will be over encumbered, but I will be using a feather potion to get extra carry weight. So just let's take it now. Before it never spawns again and I will never be able to get it anymore. Which probably is not the case, but just to be sure. Same with the bow. I like a steel bow. The look of the steel bow is way cooler than all that magical stuff that I have now. So you really see that, why am I now suddenly not over encumbered? I used to be way over encumbered. We still have a potion active. 517, so we can see that over here. Feather. Where can we see how long we still have left? Yeah, I disabled that little bar in the timer for it in the previous episode. Because yeah, I prefer sometimes not exactly knowing how long an effect still lasts. Above having constantly, when I have the crosshair enabled, also a little timer bar on the screen. But it's in total 737 seconds. But I think it will be almost over. But yeah, then we will just take another one. Alright, let's talk with this guy as well.
May I help you?
This is the Mayborough guy.
I know that you are on an important mission for the Blades. Please, if you need a horse, take mine from the Priory stables.
Ah, nice. But we came here on our own horse, I think.
Very good. You are well prepared. But if you should ever find yourself in need of a horse, my offer still stands. Go with Talos's blessings. Do not fail.
Alright, I actually would like, there are some mods that I think reintroduces all the original voice actors. If that mod is quite lightweight, so no scripting and stuff, I will maybe introduce it. I'm actually curious about it.
Welcome, good citizen. I'm Brother Piner, and this is Wayne Priory, a monastery. Can I help you? Things go from bad to worse nowadays. Priests murdered on the chapel altar. Oh, what next? Things go from... Here, perhaps you will find this useful. One of the books I saved from my Blades training. You go into danger. Joffrey didn't tell us any more than that, but know that our prayers go with you.
Alright, so we have a skill book, I think.
Oh, yes. He'll be in the Priory House somewhere. It isn't widely known, but many brothers of the Order of Talos are also members of the Blades. Chapter houses of the Order, like Wayne Priory, provide safe houses for traveling Blades as well as our more public religious functions. Blades who are too old for the active service often join the Order as lay brothers. We are honored to have Grand Master Joffrey, or Brother Joffrey as he prefers, as a resident here. He seems to be different than your usual self-proclaimed holy man. Maybe what he says is true. That the attack on the Chapel of Dibella is just the beginning of an assault on the church itself.
Sorry, I didn't follow that one.
He seems to be different than your usual self-proclaimed holy man. Maybe what he says is true. That the attack on the Chapel of Dibella is just the beginning of an assault on the church itself.
Anvil Chapel attack. Alright, I missed that. We still have to check that out, I guess.
The Blades are closely linked to the Order of Talos. We both serve Talos, of course, and many of our brothers are former Blades. I myself was training as a Blade when I received the call to serve Talos in a different way. Farewell.
Alright, let's check out that skill book. Absorb skill. No, No, that's just a scroll, I guess. It was a book, what he was talking about. The warp in the west, I guess. Alright, I supposed to have a mod that removes that sound of leveling up. Apparently it is still, that mod is not working correctly. The warp in the west. A report compiled by Ulfius Thero, Blades Archivist. Secret for your eyes only. Let me offer my holy shit, 23 pages. Yeah, we will be reading that later on. So I was thinking, also still that block increased pop-up on the top right corner. It should not pop up. And also if I select a weapon, it also still has a pop-up. Ah, now it doesn't. What the hell? Ah, that is if I do item description on, then it does pop up. Basically, what I was thinking, that mods that changes the original voice actors, I do like that better probably. Because game devs were simply better 15 years ago than they are now. So maybe I'm going to install that mod. I'm also quickly going to look at the load order if there is such a thing as... Now I'm over encumbered, by the way. So the spell wore off. I'm going to quickly look at the mods on the leveling up sound, which apparently is not working correctly. I don't think it are just pack files or something. Or not pack files, it's just in the mods folder, but it is yeah, maybe if you, there's also a load order there if you want. No, because it's just alphabetical, it are just files. It is not like the ESP load order mod list for ESP mods, but it apparently is not really working. I heard a level up sound, but I'm also going to quickly check on that mod with the original voice actors. Then if I install it, then I will also make this a very brief episode, sorry for that. Only a little bit of dialogue. But then I will be installing it, and then we do some similar dialogue that we did now with the same persons and see how different it is. So I will be... Maybe these are the original voice actors. Why would they change the voice actors, by the way? I have no idea. But there is a mod that does something with voice actors. I'm gonna quickly check that out and then we'll continue in the next episode. Guys, hope to see you there. For the meantime, don't forget, always do keep on gaming. Slater.